Hi, my name is Maureen Onwunali and I'm a poet. And the type of poetry I write would be, very centered on social issues, like politics, but also like the everyday mundaneness of life really, and like the little things that like bring us together or even remind us of our shared humanity. Yeah, like things as little as stubbing your toe or I don't know, getting your belt loop stuck in the door. I don't know, I feel like it's just moments like that where regardless of who you are or whatever life like you live, like you're probably gonna experience that. And just hearing about that kind of stops you in your tracks and makes you look to the next person like, oh, we're more similar than we think. I've been writing for quite a while, I'd say, since I was 11, 12 years old. Yeah, just like towards the end of primary school. And I was just a very awkward child. Very awkward child who also wanted to be a rapper. I couldn't be both. So I kind of settled for poetry. But yeah, I've been writing for a while, all through like secondary school. And yeah, I think I started performing really maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Through like, I did a Roundhouse slam just like during the summer of sixth form. I was like, why not? And I won it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like poetry is like huge. And yeah, I've been like performing in London since I went off to university and I'm back. I graduated and I'm freelancing full time. So yeah, I'm very lucky, I think, to be able to do what I love and what I'm passionate about. I think that's really important to me, to be able to create and to just like say what I think I want people to hear. I think it's Angela Davis who says that poetry is like the skeleton architecture of our future. And James Baldwin says also that like the role of the artist is the same as the role of the lover. If I love you, I have to show you what you're not aware of, you know? And it's like only the poet that will bear witness only the poet can show you what it's like to live on earth, essentially. And they do the best job at it. And for me, I think poetry is this beautiful thing where like the one time in your life you don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to ask anybody, hey, can I talk about, like you just do it, you know? It's just forcing yourself to bear witness to the life that you live and the life that other people live around you. And yeah, just really engage with that. Show other people what you think is important for them to know as well. And that's, for me personally, why I love poetry so much, because there is so many things going on around us all the time, always. And it's so hard for us to find time in our everyday lives to just like actually process it all. So I really do think it's the role of the poet to stop people in their tracks and to remind them that we're all living the same life together. How does it feel to like perform, I suppose? I love it, I really do. It's really one of my favorite aspects of like living, really. Like this, yeah. I love talking to people in general and connecting with people. And poetry, I found, is the fastest way to connect with a room full of people. Because my goal in life essentially is to like just talk to as many people as I can on earth. So poetry is very helpful with that. But like, I really do think like when I go to an event or I'm on stage, I consider everyone in the audience, regardless of whether I know them or not, I see them as like a friend. Because they're hearing what I have to say, and that's like a huge ask, you know. To just tell someone to stop for 15 minutes and just listen to me to speak, you know, that's a big thing. And people do it, surprisingly. So yeah, I think I love poetry because it always feels like an intimate thing that I'm sharing with the world, you know. So yeah, I consider everyone in the audience a friend, and it's like just talking to friends, you know. So it's, yeah, I find it quite easy, quite like natural. It's crazy, honestly. I think it really, I guess going viral, like it really goes like to show like the power of like social media. As much as I hate social media and like the immense damage it has done to like my brain and my like, I don't know. I think it really is a beautiful thing when it comes to connecting people. Like I get messages daily of people who are from like, you know, love from Tanzania or love from like Turtle Island, or like someone would say like, can I turn this into a film, or can I use this for, just like seeing it travel in all of these different corners of the earth that I've personally never been in. But it's like, you know, your words don't need like a passport, and they don't believe in borders. Like it will just go anywhere, you know. And again, it just reminds us of our shared humanity. There's something that I say, me, someone from Milton Keynes, is like is being shared and like enjoyed, and you know, is resonating with people from almost every continent right now. You know, it's a crazy thing that like people we're even on the same like wavelength, but we are, and our lives are so busy, and I feel like a lot of institutions benefit from us forgetting that we are sharing the same life and that we're all connected. Going viral, it's like, it's so funny to think about, but it's like, it really is a beautiful thing. Yeah, and some of the message requests are so funny actually. But no, it's really sweet. And yeah, I just love that poetry is becoming more mainstream. Because I always say to people that everything is poetry and everyone's a poet. So yeah, I feel like more people are believing it now. Poetry scene in Milton Keynes, what's that like? To be fair to Milton Keynes, like back when I started poetry, Milton Keynes was still classed as a town. So it was still very much like small town vibes of like the basement of a restaurant or like the library after hours, you know. That was like the scene. So like obviously, as one does from a small town, you flood like to the next big city, which was London for me. And yeah, I would just travel, commute in and out of London, trying to like, I don't know, explore and stuff and see what the scene's like there. Milton Keynes is now a city. And as that grows, it's still quite a relatively young, really young city. So that's growing, but so is the scene and so are the people. And there are like a lot of poets in Milton Keynes, and they're all doing incredible things trying to build the scene. And yeah, it's getting there, I'd say. Some really cool poets, and I'm lucky enough to do I'm the poet in residence for this year's Milton Keynes International Festival, which is great because it's like showing me like, I've been around the city doing workshops, and it's like I get to see the poets and like engage with them and even share a stage with them. It's like full circle right now, actually. You know, I started in Milton Keynes, I ran away, and now I'm back and I get to like do poetry in my city. So yeah, a good full circle. I think when it comes to like poets, artists, I put in a big bubble of storytellers. So I'd say like, if I were to break it down, my favorite poets are, I don't know. I'd say like, I don't know. Maybe like when I was like getting into poetry, it was like Lionheart, Caleb Femi, Yomi Sade, Zachariah, great friend, great poet. Rudy Francisco from like America, crazy. I was so obsessed with button poetry. That was like, I would like go home and eat my dinner in front of like YouTube listening to like hours of button poetry. Oh, there's so many other poets. Malika Booker as well, crazy poet. I'm missing out. George the poet. I would listen to his podcast every day after school. Yeah, really, really great. Artists, great storytellers. Santan Dave, Little Sims. I had a big J. Cole phase. No Name. I love Chance the Rapper. There's just so many, like, yeah, there's a lot really. Loyal Carner. I'm so blessed because there's so much like out there, so much inspiration. So yeah, Isaiah Hall. Sorry, it's still coming. Yeah, so much out there. So yeah. Even my friends. I feel like my friends are my closest friends. Amazing poets. Shout out Fuad. But yeah, I'd say those are my inspirations. I give this advice to anybody actually. I think it's really important for anyone to take with them. But like, people ask me like, oh, I don't know what to write about, or like what's inspiration, or how do you know what's the right thing to write about? There's no right thing, by the way. Really and truly, sometimes we get so stuck in our own heads, we forget that we're even living a life. So sometimes you really just have to close the notebook and go out and live your life for like a month. And then have that, those experiences, laugh, cry, scream, whatever, and then come back and then write about it, because you need to live first in order to write about it, and even like connecting with people. Like, I don't know, maybe it's different in Birmingham, but like being in London all the time, people don't talk to each other, which is crazy to me. Like, you're on the tube and like everyone has their head down and they're focused and they all look grey, and it's like we're all in our separate little bubbles in our separate little worlds, and it's like, and I always say like, regardless of whoever you are or wherever you are, we're all rising under the same sun. Like, we're all so connected, we don't even realize, you know? So I would say talk to people. Talk to the person sitting next to you on the bus, like in the cafe, like talk to like the person crossing the street. Talk to someone you don't even like, you know? Like, so you know that you don't like them. Just like talk to people more. I think it's really important, and it's such a scary thing that like we are just so, it's so natural for us to be mean to each other. Or to like, we're just so desensitized to the fact that like every life is a universe. That's someone's universe, you know, that's someone's world. And we just pass it on, like, you know? Yeah, I'd say talk to people and live life. And then you'll have an abundance of things to write about. Yeah. It's very much the year of the performer, I think. I've been doing a bunch of performances. I really do want to get back into like writing. I think I'm going to take a hiatus and just write and like, you know, reconnect with myself, because it's so easy to get lost on stage. And I love performing, so I mean, I've done like, I think in the past month or so, like so many different random crazy things. Like I went to Hay Festival. I'm doing the Ledbury Poetry Festival in like this weekend. I did like a collab with Chili's, the water bottle, and yeah, a lot of stuff with Roundhouse. Yeah, it's just so I don't know, it's just really random things. Milton Keynes TEDx is coming up. Yeah, really just watch the space. But really and truly, I'm just trying to do more poetry, like, you know, more videos, more creativity, just creating in general, and bearing witness. Yeah.